Welcome to the Rajas Kakasungura YouTube channel. There's something I've been asking myself. Since the Mbere by-election and the by-election that was being held in Western Kenya, whereby Seth Panyako was the candidate for the United Opposition, since that time, if you have been very careful with the Western Kenya politics, Faruk Kibet has never left the region. I even saw someone write, a Kenya Kwanza blogger, saying that Faruk now understands better the Western Kenya system of voting. And truth be said, since that time up to now, Sifuna, I don't know why Sifuna is in my mind, but it's a young man whom we love so much. Faruk has been spending sleepless nights and days in the Western Kenya region. He has been there as soon as of yesterday, because jana they had a political rally in Western Kenya. I saw even the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, attend. But listening to the Western Kenya leaders, you listen to Moses Wetangula speak, you listen to those in the Kenya Kwanza government speak, all they are pushing for is the position of the deputy president. They are pushing this, knowing very well, including Faruk Kibet. Because Kibet was there yesterday, and they were pushing this agenda in the presence of Faruk, William Ruto's right-hand man, and they are doing this knowing very well that there is Kindiki who is still in office. But now, the question I'm asking myself, in all this, what could be cooking behind the doors that we don't know? That is why I want to give you an exclusive analysis. I'm asking myself two questions from this. Number one, what could be cooking from the Western Kenya region? Number two, why has Faruk Kibet decided to live in Western Kenya? I'll be answering those two questions, and by the end of this analysis, maybe you may understand what is cooking and why Faruk Kibet is spending days in the Western Kenya. And I was asking myself, why not Meru, where Kindiki comes from? Why not Tarakaniti, where that's Mount Kenya East? That is Kindiki's home ground. Why not Meru? Why not Tarakaniti? And why not Embu? And asking myself, William Ruto recently cried that people from the Rift Valley have refused to register as voters, meaning they do not want to support him. So I asked myself, why is Faruk in Western Kenya and not Rift Valley? Why not Uasin Gishu? Right? Now, I believe myself, my instinct tells me, Ruto tried the Luo block, but akaona kwamba these individuals may not deliver to me. He tried it. Paka Gladys Wanga kaanza ku match in preparation. But ni kama Ruto hajairudi huko. Kama aliona wanisaidi. Of late, ile hype ya William Ruto kwenda Ujaluoni ilisha. But I will analyze that in my next video. So I believe myself there is something cooking in the Western Kenya region that we are not aware. Look at it this way. According to the 2022 IEBC register, yeah, the Western Kenya region itself had a total of 2.2 million registered votes. Hii register natumia ni ya IEBC ya 2022. Haya, Mount Kenya East, wachana na Mount Kenya West sasa hii ya Gashawa. Let's talk about Mount Kenya East, where Kindiki comes from. So Kindiki, as the deputy president, ukichukua kura za Meru, uchukue kura za Tharaka Nithi, uchukue na kura za Embu, those are 3 counties that makes up the Mount Kenya East. So the 3 counties, according to the 2022 IEBC register, they have a total of 1.3 million votes. Now, from this, we cannot be able to gauge if William Ruto was to pick a deputy president from 2 regions, that is the Mount Kenya East, where Kindiki comes from, and the Western Kenya region. If William Ruto was to pick a running mate, angetoa wapi? Let's assume Mount Kenya West imeenda na Gashawa na Uhuru Kenyatta. Let's assume so. So Ruto tusema angetaka kuwekelea bet between Mount Kenya East kwa Kindiki na Western Kenya region where Musalia Mudavadi comes from and Moses Masika Wetangula. Angeenda wapi? So up to this point, you now understand very well what Faruk Kibet is doing in Western Kenya region. And by the way, remember, we have a young man who has taken over the Western Kenya region called Sifuna. So if Ruto can't spend money, if Ruto can't invest in the Western Kenya region through Faruk Kibet, then Sifuna will walk away with these votes. So me thinking that Kithure Kindiki should be preparing his way out of government. That is me Kaka Sungura thinking so. Why? He has no votes to deliver. He has no, imagine, is 1.3 million ni total registered. So now assume wale watapiga kura. So Kindiki has done less than, tuseme Kindiki has something like less than 1 million votes. Tuseme 500 hapo. Hizo zimetoshea kweli mtu kuitwa deputy president? Ndugu zangu wa Kenya, Kindiki is just a flower girl who is there to be seen but not to be heard, because at the end of the day he has nothing to offer to the 2027 presidency. That's my thinking. Because you look at the votes he has, you look at the votes in other regions like the Western Kenya, you say Kindiki has no place in the next government unless otherwise he waits to be appointed a PS or maybe goes back to the position of the cabinet secretary. Now you understand what Faruk Kibet is doing in Western Kenya region is to fight and see if he can be able to buy that region back to William Ruto, but which might not happen because Sifuna is accurately finishing that place and is carrying enormous support. God bless you. See you in the next episode. Asanteni sana.